Hello, very good morning to you. Bit of a cloudy, gloomy start to the day. In fact, the next few days or so, there's going to be lots of cloud across the northwest, but generally dry conditions. Further north, a little bit of rain, and perhaps that will nudge down into parts of Cumbria and Lancashire today. But for the most part, it is going to be a dry afternoon with light to moderate breezes across the northwest and temperatures at around 15, 16 Celsius. Not feeling too bad in any brightness. Heading through into this evening, it remains rather dull and gloomy and out of thicker cloud for the Lakeland Fells and the Pennines. There could be some drizzle, perhaps a bit of murkiness and fog before dawn. Other than that, a mild, dry, cloudy night ahead, with temperatures dipping to around 9 or 10 Celsius for Derbyshire and Cheshire. On to tomorrow, a cloudy start to the day, but once that mistiness lifts, it will brighten just a touch, and into the afternoon stays generally dry. Winds are falling light across the northwest of England and the Isle of Man, and temperatures tomorrow have the potential to reach 15 or 16 Celsius. No great shakes, but at least it's not feeling too chilly. The outlook settled, generally dry, bit of brightness, but rather cloudy conditions as we round out the week, and it shouldn't feel too chilly at the weekend. Thank you, good afternoon. A quiet few days ahead weather-wise. Certainly rather gloomy conditions out there today, but mostly dry, winds are falling light, and temperatures this afternoon will get to 15 degrees. Overnight tonight, some mistiness and low cloud for the Lakeland Fells, the Pennines, perhaps some drizzle here and there, but mostly dry conditions with very light winds, and it should stay in double figures for most places, dipping to around 8 or 9 in rural parts of Derbyshire and Cheshire before dawn. A misty, murky start to tomorrow. Skies will brighten a little bit through the afternoon, offering some sunshine here and there. Rather cloudy, generally dry and feeling mild. Hello again. High pressure will dominate our weather through the rest of this week. It isn't going to be wall-to-wall sunshine, but as you can see, it's edging in from the southwest here, giving us increasingly dry, quiet conditions weather-wise as we head into the weekend, and a few glimmers of brightness if we're lucky. That's certainly been the case this afternoon, and as we head through into this evening, low cloud and mistiness will form at times. Very peaceful conditions. Winds are light and mostly staying in double figures for towns and cities, so a relatively mild end to the night and start to tomorrow. Low cloud and mistiness for the Lakeland Fells and the Pennines will gradually lift, affording a few bright spells here and there across the northwest tomorrow, but for most of us a pretty cloudy afternoon. Staying dry, temperatures could get to 16 Celsius, which won't feel too chilly. Winds are fairly light tomorrow, even along our coast. Looking ahead, and with high pressure in charge, it's a settled outlook, gloomy at times, but there will be a bit of brightness here and there. Hopefully to start the weekend, some sunshine. By day, temperatures are around average or thereabouts. Winds will be falling light. No real problems with frost over coming nights, but there could be a few fog patches forming. It stays dry as we head into Sunday as well. Bye-bye. And we're certainly being treated to some very quiet autumnal weather at the moment. But what do we have in store for the rest of the week? All the details are coming up. Thank you. A very good evening to you. High pressure is in charge of our weather through the rest of this week. There will be quite a good deal of cloud in the forecast, but generally it's generating dry conditions, occasional spells of brightness, and temperatures by day and night will be around average for the time of year, so not feeling too chilly. This is the high pressure beginning to build in from the southwest, and as we approach the weekend, although it's circulating plenty of cloud around it, there will be occasional spells of brightness to look forward to, and generally very light winds. That's certainly the case this evening. Low cloud and mistiness will form, and out of thicker cloud for the Lakeland Fells and the Pennines, there could be a little bit of drizzle in the air. Mostly dry conditions, 1 or 2 breaks in the cloud, and temperatures tonight in general staying in double figures, rural parts of Derbyshire and Cheshire, perhaps down to 8 or 9 Celsius. On to tomorrow, and the sun is up at 7:26, setting at 6:29 tomorrow evening. A gloomy start in places again tomorrow, with low cloud perhaps producing a little bit of patchy rain for those northern counties. It might brighten up a little bit through the afternoon, but we are looking at a fairly gloomy end to the day. Should be dry though. Winds are falling very light tomorrow, and temperatures perhaps getting to 15 or maybe 16 Celsius, where we see some sunshine across Cheshire tomorrow afternoon. Looking ahead, and with high pressure in charge, it's a settled and dry end to the week. Friday, rather cloudy conditions. Saturday, probably the brighter day of the weekend, with a few sunny spells on offer. At times, winds pick up a little bit over the next few days, but in essence, they're falling very light. And there's no real problems with frost by night. There could be a few fog patches.